Hello, everyone. Welcome to another very special stream here on Comics Live. Today we have with us Ben Ford and Pete Steiner,
We're going.
the
Okay.
dream team from Comica Press, the team behind No One Gets Hurt, issue one. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thanks, Sarah.
Amazing. I thought we're reaching like the midpoint of the campaign and probably a good time for us to get together and talk about the book and yeah, and you guys in particular, the amazing team behind the you know behind the book.
Well, take it
So
away.
Yeah.
yeah, awesome. So we'll I'll just tell who like we so Pete is at the top in my in my on my screen. So maybe we can do like Pete and Ben, and you can decide who to go first.
All right. Pete,
Um,
first, you're on top.
Sure.
so awesome. Pete's been on a show before, but for the newer audiences, Pete, do you want to give an introduction about yourself and maybe this time tell us about what's your comic origin? How did you fall in love with comics? Was it growing up? Was it when you grew up, or
Yeah.
how was it that you
Well,
started loving comics?
sure. Um, Growing up in the 80s, I think my first love of comics was the X-Men and the original X-Men trading cards from Topps. Um, for me, that was one of those things where I was a huge, you know, sports card collector, baseball and football, and then discovered, X-Men and just completely fascinated, mind blown, and that really kind of kicked off my interest in hunting down these comics. Um, Huge Spider-Man fan. I loved the early Iron Man, the freaky Iron Man before
Oh,
it
it was
was Robert Downey Jr. cool. Um, and yeah, that got me into comics. I really fell in love with kind of the dawn of, I guess, in indie comics, modern indie comics, with the formation of Image and Savage Dragon and Spawn and everything they were producing. I just couldn't get enough. Um, Constantine was a big one that I picked up, and as much as I could find it here, I had fallen in love with 2008, 2000 AD Judge Dredd. Um,
Dread's always been
but
cool.
that's even still hard to
Always good.
find, in my opinion. So, so yeah, that was the launch, and then yeah, just kind of picked a nerdy career. Been a 3D animator and graphic designer for forever. Not going to say how many years, but um, my skills translated early on into helping others publish their comics. I would do the layout, the pre-press, design elements, help them with a lot of graphics as well, and that then spiraled into Comicer and wanting to take Comicer Press in a new direction, rebrand, relaunch after COVID, and kind of revisit what I felt creator comics could be and how they could interact with artists, and really opened it up and was like, if I find creators that are brand new and really want to launch in and they want Comicers help, I'm going to work with them and we'll see how that goes. And Ben Ford was one of the first creators to reach out after the rebrand. Um, we
Indeed,
met in
felt like it
Iowa
time.
and took a long time to launch. We worked on editing the story and really kind of crafting the overall story arc first, but he's come miles and is way more accomplished a writer than where everything started, and really understands, I think, uh, the economy and the efficiency of comics and how that works on the page and how to craft something in,
Hmm.
6 panels.
Yeah, no, it definitely took a lot of refining, but I like to think that I have it almost down to a science.
That's fantastic. That's a good story. Awesome. Ben, tell us a bit about your background and, your comic origins.
Sure. So, I've always been a comic fan ever since I was little, and people would just give me random Spider-Man comics like for my birthday and stuff. It started out weird because I never got like multiple consecutive issues. I just kept getting like 47, 2. And so for a long time, I didn't even ever like get to the end of comic stories. I was just reading random story collections, and I've always but then I took a break for a while, but then in my 20s and whatnot, I've really like I had global comics, and I burned through every image comic that they had, and I've just really fallen in love with the genre. Like people like Cullen Bunn with like the Six Gun and stuff, just the things that you're able to do in comics that you can't do in other places. Like it's not afraid to
Yeah.
be weird and creepy, and I just like that stuff a lot. I like the visual aspect, like when you have different artists bringing like things to life.
Yeah. 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 That's fantastic. I mean, Cullen's a fantastic artist and writer. Like it's,
Yes,
I'm on his Discord, and yeah, I see, yeah, so much good stuff happening there. Like especially like I'm very excited about what he's doing with some of his future properties as well. Yeah.
me too. No, I he's one of the few. I don't like to reread stuff most of the time, but he's one of the few artists and writers out there that I'll go back and I'll read the story again just because of how crazy it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that,
Awesome.
that's my comic origin. It's not too long, but that is
Doesn't have to be,
that's
you
true.
know. Everybody's journey is different. So yeah, amazing. Tell us a bit about No One Gets Hurt, without spoiling the book, of course.
Of course. So No One Gets Hurt is a cerebral action horror story. It follows the kind of that final girl archetype with our main character Nora Dalloway, who, after being released from Elmhurst, talking is difficult sometimes, but after being released from Elmhurst Rehabilitation Facility, she returns to the site where she and her friends were attacked by a malevolent entity, and they were all murdered. She was held accountable. She's come home and is actually staying at the site where it all happened to face down the entities involved and make sure that no one gets hurt again. I like to tie it back to the title. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, and it's really it's a story about trauma and grief and like just the way that it affects us and how our responses happen, like and how we find our way through the darkness in those times.
yeah, yeah. You do mention that it's similar to Death Note and something is killing the children.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
it is. It follows a lot of those same like I mean, you a lot of I feel like by the end a lot of people will be able to draw like comparisons and like inspiration with Erica Slaughter from Something is Killing the Children. And there's a lot of elements with like characters like L from Death Note and things like that that happen in some of the later issues, and you start to get hints of here in the beginning. So I mean, yeah, I would say those are the two of the most comparable besides Jujutsu Kaisen, of course, which is always going to be my core influence. I fit it in whenever I can.
yeah, yeah. Nice. Oh, we lost Pete.
Oh
Oh,
darn.
he's coming back. We can keep going. We
Yeah.
can keep going.
Um the the type of story that it is when like readers are getting into it is I love horror, but I love story plot driven horror. Like there has to be violence in something that's scary like this, but I really prefer stories that have like horror that has like a big narrative behind it, some kind of like situation. So there's a lot of focus on the types of characters that we have and like the way they grow and change. So it's not just it's not like I feel like a lot of people are afraid that they're gonna see like, oh, I don't love that much gore. I know some of the people I've had check it out, that was one of their biggest hesitancies, but it's not a story that's focused on
Mm.
showing you like shock horror, freaking you out. It's a story that's about pulling you in and like bringing you into this like dark world.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think season one, issue one does a great job of setting things up pretty well. Um, yeah, I don't think it's overtly gory. Like I think it just
There's a
it's
couple
just
scenes
enough.
start to hint at it, but I don't think it ever. Yeah, no, I don't think it ever really gets too far over the line.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. So I have to ask you, how many issues do you have already planned? And
So for the first run, so I do want to say just for those potential readers out there that are getting ready to check it out, No One Gets Hurt is actually the introduction to a larger narrative that is focused on what's called the Grammary Foundation, which like I mean think the SCP Foundation, Men in Black, and this is that introduction to that world. And there's six issues planned for Nora's story that then will open up into that bigger universe at the end. So I mean, right now there's six for sure planned, but there's a lot ready to come as soon as her story finishes. It's not the end.
oh yeah, no, totally. It does feel like it's something larger than what we already have. But the good thing about uh, and I know we're not in spoiler territory, but you're already mentioning that. But the good thing with issue one is you don't really have the sense of it just yet. And
No, it
if
really stay grounded in just Nora's reality in this first issue. It's
yeah,
really, I feel, one of the biggest strengths, like just that I've heard from a lot of the people that I've had pre-read it when it's going through that process, and I was really trying to focus on myself, is that you really feel like you're standing right next to Nora while all this is happening, like spectator mode in Call of Duty,
yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right there. And I that's the goal, is just to bring people into the world so they really just they feel that narrative, they feel that connection.
No, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. The art is pretty amazing as well. I
Well, is
have to say,
he I couldn't have asked for a better creative partner for that journey, because he has a lot of the same influences that I do. He's familiar with a lot of like the similar media. So we have really created, I said it on World at War podcast comics podcast as well, that we have just this natural symbiosis with one another where he I might I'm describing it out. We have like a conversation about it before he starts doing the issue, and then he just pumps out magic. I'm astounded every single time.
everything from the art of like issue one to like future stuff I've seen, like Grundy and the demons and like
Yes.
all of that stuff. Yeah,
I'm so
it's just
excited for
absolutely
Sunday.
phenomenal.
People have no idea what's coming. Like,
That's amazing.
they've gotten to see a few of the still images of our serial killer in a French maid's outfit, but they have no idea what's coming. And I'm excited for people to get familiar with him.
Amazing. Amazing. No, I think that's what we want to keep doing. Like we want to keep surprising people with our stories in like, I mean, pleasantly surprised.
Right. I don't want to just spoon feed everyone everything.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome. Awesome. How was your like what was your process during like writing this like do, and in general, like do you always like plan
So
your story arc, or you write your characters first? What's your process like usually?
every story that I write, it always starts off with my characters and like who they are, and it builds outward from there. So, like when I started it, I knew I wanted to tell a story about Nora, and she was already pretty much the same character that you're seeing on the page, where she's this younger woman who is absolutely traumatized from an experience she had no control over, coming back to where it all happened. And then to explore her story, I just started writing, and everything kind of just revealed itself as we were going. A lot of people call me a pantser in the writer community, which means that like I fly by the seat of my pants and I don't do too much of an outline. But I do have like the arcs planned out. Like I know what
Mm,
happens in each issue when I go to start writing, and I have like the broad strokes jotted down.
mm,
I keep like a note Bible in a studio binder when I'm writing, so I can refer back to it.
mm,
But I mean, truly, the universe. I open the universe, and I step inside and let it go, and that's what first drafts are for. It's just to tell the story, to get it on the page, and then when I go back that second time, then I take all the dissection tools and clean it up.
mm, mm. Amazing, amazing. No, I think that's a great process. I think I was speaking to somebody last week, and like my process is similar to yours. I love to write the characters first, and I
Yeah,
think that's not the usual way to do it. Most of the people write story outlines and a bit of
right. No, definitely. They like to start with like the grand scheme and then work their way down.
yeah, yeah. It also, I think it also depends on the story. Like I think there
True
was
too.
a couple of there's one story that I in particular I started writing, and to me, like the world of the story came first.
Mm,
Like and I think I've mentioned this a few times. I'm still writing it, but like to me, the idea and the seed of the story came first, and then I started building the world, and it started making sense. And then like the characters were so
yeah,
loosely defined, and then now I'm starting to solidify the characters. So it like
and I
it's
mean sometimes stories like to just kind of throw themselves at you, and I mean I generally start with characters, but I really never do know where it's going to start or come from when I like get ready to like when I start thinking about a project. It kind of just smacks me in the face.
yeah, 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 amazing. Tell us a bit about the rewards. I'm pretty excited about some of the
Me too.
rewards and add-ons here.
There's some really
Yeah.
cool stuff that we have. I mean, first of all, we have that digital PDF for $2 and a physical for $5, which I mean, you can't really beat those prices. They're really great,
No.
um, especially for the story that you're getting. And then once you get one of those, there's metal posters. I really enjoy the triptych that we have, which is called Friendship Never Dies, and it it highlights three of the bigger scenes in the story. We have the squatting demon metal poster, which is really cool. He's going to be the main villain that you see, one of the main villains that you see coming up. And I mean, his design is just out of this world.
It is.
That's exactly what I saw in my head when I was writing it. And it's perfect. It's one of my favorite characters that we have in the entire thing. And then we have that a scene with Nora where it's just that no one's getting hurt again, and you really feel that like defiance and resolute like feeling.
Mm.
Obviously, I don't want to say too much about the scene because it ties into the story, but I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we have some really awesome metal bookmarks. We have a villains bookmark, a heroes bookmark, and then I just love Grundy. Grundy at this like as in my writing career so far is one of my favorite villains that I've ever created. So I've really pushed him on some of the merch. And so you have that
Mm.
you villain, and I believe I said that on the internet, so now it's there forever. Um, but uh, those are really awesome. And then we have the shirts, which designed the shirts. He did a bulk of that work, and he killed it. The squatting demon in
Yeah.
Imperial Blue, Mose, who we're gonna see in that first issue. He's just got that perfect like slasher vibe to him. So he's a
Yeah.
great like he lends himself so well to everything. I love him so much. And then you have obviously we had to do a Nora t-shirt, get her out there, and you get to see some of the
Mm.
what she's got in store with her amulet that she's always wearing. And then if we can make it to the stretch goal, we have, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not, but if you show it, I bet people can figure it out when we think about Nora wearing that amulet.
Mm,
I don't want to say too
mm,
much, but I mean, we have something really cool in store if we can get to that, that point.
let's try and hit the stretch goal,
Definitely.
everybody.
Not even if,
Yeah.
when we hit that point.
When we hit that.
And then, I mean, chapter 2, it just needs to be lettered, and we're ready to move forward on that. So, I mean, once we get this one done, readers will not have to wait that like 6 to 8 month. I know, like, I've been reading the new Nemesis series that just came out, and I get so annoyed having to wait like 2 or 3 months for the next issue. But I mean, once No One Gets Hurt, issue 1 comes out, issue 2 is right around the corner, ready to go. It
Lovely.
won't be a
Lovely.
very long wait in between.
That's one of the biggest pet peeves of backers backing
Definitely.
crowdfunding campaign. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Issue one, oh sorry.
no, you're good. We have issue 2 ready to go. And then by the time issue 2 is coming out, we'll have issue 3 ready to go as well. So there really won't be much of a wait between issues at all. So like the people are going to,
Amazing.
I know I like to binge a good series. So people won't have to, they'll have to wait a little bit, but not too long.
Yeah. No, I think Pete did mention that issue three art is also in progress and like
We
uh
actually just got to the last page this week.
wow.
So issue 3, I'm doing some final edits on the script for issue 4, and then we're charging full force into that one.
Wow, that's fantastic. No, that's great planning and planning ahead. I think it's always good to do that. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
So
No,
everyone, if you're backing this, you will not have to wait several months to get to issue two and further ones.
not at all. We are gonna. I'm somebody like. I mean, I just keep. As long as I have a computer, I am always ready to write. And then Manuel is so steady. I mean, we're getting through a page a week when we're doing the art.
Oh wow,
Yeah, like we have.
that's very quick.
He does the pencils, inks, colors, all of it. And I mean, we always go over it with a fine tooth comb, but even then, I had minimal notes because like I said before, we just really have this amazing symbiosis that we're working with.
It's amazing when that happens, isn't it? Like
Oh my god! And
yeah.
like, I mean, just to tell his origin story and how he became part of the No One Gets Hurt team. Pete and I had probably been looking for an artist. We had one guy drop out because he's like, oh, I just got a job doing a Batman comic. And I'm like, oh, well, it's cool.
Mm,
But we're looking, and we found him in a Facebook group. He was just starting to dip his toes into doing comic book art. And I mean, his portfolio was amazing. And we jumped in, and like Pete reached out to him, he reached back, and the rest is history. But like, to think that we just found each other by pure happenstance through a group on Facebook, like.
yeah, that's true.
And I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, to be fair, like a lot of Facebook groups are quite helpful in
that's
finding great people.
you can find some
Um,
great people in some of those apps, like on the Indie Comics connector pages and stuff.
that's very true. I think even when I first started writing comics, there were some groups that were like so encouraging and
Oh my,
um,
yes, everyone's so supportive. There's like, shout out Faint Comics, because every time I post something in any group, they're always liking it, they're sharing it, they're interacting. Like, I got to give them a quick shout out, just because I mean, that community is really embracing.
yeah. No, very true. Very true. Um, Amazing. And in general, like I feel like indie comics community is very supportive of each other. Like a lot of them turn into backers with actual money, and like they back each other's projects. Spotlight. Instead of like technically we are all competing against each other, but instead of that, we're kind of it's good that everybody tries to uplift each other.
Everyone
I
wants
think
everyone
that's
to be at the top. Everyone wants everyone to succeed.
Yeah.
End of the day, I mean, my entire life, all I've ever wanted to do is tell stories. And I mean, when you're with those other creators in those communities, like it doesn't feel like I'm the only one. There's so many people out there.
Mm,
At the end of the day, it's not about like the fame or anything like that. It's just people wanting to tell their stories to people and have them be heard. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, I think, for a lot of us.
mm, mm. Did you like plan on writing like a novel or anything else before, or like
So
did
I
or
mean, I have written a couple short stories and I've done one feature length film movie script. Um, and I've just always been writing stuff since I was like 13. I traditionally wrote in novel format, but just after COVID and during COVID, I started making that switch and then really made that switch once I met Pete to writing the scripts. And I feel like just the way my ideas work and like the way that like the visuals and stuff, I really think comic books lend themselves well to it. So like I really feel like I found like the medium for me to work in.
absolutely no 100%. Is was No One Gets Hurt a comic from the get-go, or like was it
No One
did
Gets
it
Hurt was
come?
a comic from the very beginning.
Yeah,
Uh,
nice,
no One Gets Hurt, and then everything it opens up to has always been planned to be a comic book thing.
lovely.
The only I could see an animated project, but I think everyone can see their work in some kind of like film. I don't think I'm alone in that, but like I mean, it really lends itself to comic books.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's also funny, like you spend so much time in writing and creating issue one, and then like for when you start animating it into like a TV show, or like like 24-page issue can finish in like 5 minutes. You're like, I have
Yeah,
to flesh the story out.
yeah, like get turned. It's like, oh well, that wasn't nearly as long as I thought it'd be.
Exactly.
Oh goodness.
You have to write a
Like
lot more.
stuff that can go on for like a few minutes, but like yeah, I've definitely like seen it before where like I've read a comic and then seen the adaptation and it's like the first episode was like half of the series and it's like, oh well, that's not good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this is like what was there's a Netflix anime, though I don't love the animation in it, but the manga is really funny. Way of the House Husband. I don't know if you've
Yes, oh my gosh, I really like Way of the House Husband, but like I don't like watching what feels like a manga on screen.
yeah, yeah,
So much just like that still like kind of tilting image that happens, and it was good enough that I watched the first season, but I would be lying if I said I did any more of the seasons.
yeah. No, I think the manga is incredible, and I think the only thing that translates from manga to screen
Mm,
is because the stories are so short, they are treated as shorts on screen, and
yeah,
that's the only thing that
that
translate.
that did transfer really well. The manga always like just with the shorts and stuff. I don't know if you've ever read Mr. Villain's Day Off.
No, I haven't.
It's
I
literally
haven't.
about like a Rita Repulsa type of character from Power Rangers on their day off, just chilling, just like they love pandas, so they go to the zoo every time, and then like it's just they just got their an anime on Crunchyroll, and it's oh my god, I just love it so much. It's
I have to check it out.
Toe at one point and is like, "That's it, everyone's dying," and then he sees a panda on the screen. And he goes, "Well, hold on, I get all right. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down."
Nice,
Just
nice.
it made me think of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, very true, very true. I mean, I do have very strong feelings about Netflix's anime game. Like,
Castlevania killed it.
yes,
Record of
Castlevania was.
Ragnarok is really good. Um,
They
I've heard
definitely improved. Like they're like the initial ones, like Ajin and like the original ones were not. I didn't find Ajin to be amazing. No.
no, I mean, there's definitely a few of the Netflix animes where I'm like, why'd we do it like that? Like, why do we? Ugh. But I mean, some of the newer ones, like especially like with Cyberpunk Edge Runners,
Mm.
Oh my goodness, they've really, it's like they found their what works for them, and it's starting to like
Yeah,
they found their stride.
yeah, yeah, 100%. I think what amongst the first ones that I really loved was Devilman Crybaby. That thing was
Hmm. I haven't
just
watched all of it
insane.
because
Oh,
I
you
see. Listen,
must.
I'm an I don't know if I can say, I can't say the word I want to say, but I'm not very smart all the time when it comes to like continuing. My ADHD kicks in and I'll just start a new series. But what I have seen, I really do enjoy.
Mm, mm. It was one thing that I think I binge watched it, and like it was I got really tired after watching, like binge watching it. I was so exhausted because
Oh,
it is pretty intense. It is pretty intense. It gets very
yeah,
intense right at the end.
I'm the new
Yeah.
season of Peacemaker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you've watched that show, but oh my God, it's hard to stop watching it.
Peacemaker, you said? Yeah, yeah. I haven't watched the new season of Peacemaker yet. No.
I didn't know if they could capture lightning in a bottle twice. They did. They did figure it, like, turned out really well.
Yeah, James Gunn, that guy, like he's able to do it time and time again.
He's hands down probably one of my favorite, like top three favorite directors, because he, even going all the way back, I don't know if you've ever seen his movie Slither.
I know, I love Slither.
My God, I love that movie so much, and it's just such a weird creative idea. And then what he did, obviously, with like Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad, and like even Brightburn and Super with Rainn Wilson from The Office.
I
Like
was
I
about
don't
to say Super. It was such
Scooby
a
He did
yeah.
the live action Scooby Doo movies. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a James Gunn film that I don't like.
Yeah, I haven't yet watched Superman, but I've heard a lot of people being split in the middle, so I have
It's
to. Yeah.
what I've seen though.
Did you like it?
I haven't watched it yet, but I mean, TikTok doesn't keep spoilers away for long. So like what I've seen in clips and edits and stuff, I seen it looks really good. So I'm excited to watch the first movie. I mean, the first Super.
Mm,
And I hated Man
yeah.
of Steel. I'll go on record. I hated that movie. I hated Zack Snyder's DC universe like with a passion.
Yeah, I know. I know. Like it's one of those things that I really, really wanted to like. Like there's things that I really like about it, and then things
Yeah.
that I'm just like, why? Why
Like
did you do it this way?
like
Yeah.
why did John Kent, or whatever his dad's, is that his dad's name? John Kent, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When he's like, "No, don't save me. Don't do it. Let the tornado kill me." And it's like, okay, that's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely pointless as well.
Yeah, no, seriously, like, okay, whatever. Like, it just I I wanted to give it a shot, and then there were just too many things. And then by the time they got to Justice League, I'm like, I hate Ezra Miller.
Yeah. Yeah. He's annoying.
I wanted Grant
So
Gustin.
they're annoying.
I liked
Yeah.
Grant Gustin Flash. I wish he could have been Flash in the DC movies, but
I know. I know. Flash TV show is so much better. Like,
oh my gosh.
yeah. Yeah.
So I have to know though, are you Marvel or DC? Image? What's your main comic? Like, I mean, obviously Comics One is the platform,
Yeah. I'm it's funny. I'm more of a DC person, but I got my break with comics with X-Men. So X-Men is just one special love and in Marvel. It's the best thing to ever happen to comics,
yeah,
and obviously,
X-Men's fantastic.
yeah, Jim Lee all the way. I just love Jim Lee. Also love what Jim Lee is doing with DC now. So yeah, I love the characters in DC a bit more.
Mhm.
But I have these pockets of Marvel that I absolutely
I
like.
mean, everyone
Can
loves Spider-Man. Everyone, like, I mean, there's always gonna be like, I love Spider-Man. And there was a time where if you had asked me, I would have told you I liked Marvel more, but then I fell in love with John Constantine.
Yep.
I love
Yeah,
a hater,
yeah,
man. I love a good shit talking hater who like stands on business.
yeah, 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 yeah. I have a very strange affinity towards characters with fire coming out of their skulls. So
Writer.
I just love Ghost Rider. I love Firestorm from DC.
Firestorm's really.
Uh,
I like the idea behind like the two people coming together.
yeah, and I also love like how much crossover there is between both of them just copying each
Literally,
other's
oh my
characters.
god, like Namor and Aquaman, Darkseid and Thanos, like it's crazy. They tried
It
to
is.
copy Spider-Man, but it didn't work out.
Who was Spider-Man's
I knew,
equivalent
see, I
here?
knew you were gonna ask that question, and I really did know the answer. It's like sides. I'm gonna look it up really quick. Hold on, I have to.
Okay, 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 okay. I'm intrigued.
He doesn't have the web powers in the same way, but the personality and suit are the exact same.
Okay.
Spider-Man character. Oh my god, it's like webs. It's like sidewinder or side swiper. Oh my god, of course it's not gonna pop up. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Give me the name though. Don't just give me an image. Oh my god. This is the worst. You have no idea. I can see I keep seeing the pictures of him, but they keep not saying the name. Oh, here we go.
What's
Sideways.
his
His name is Sideways. He
Sideways?
he
Okay.
can travel through dimensions and stuff. He kind of like is like an America Chavez character, but the look and like quipping personality, all I see is Peter Parker.
Okay. Okay. I have to check it out then.
Yes, I don't think he's had his own solo run yet, but everything that he's been in, I really do enjoy.
Nice. Very, very cool. I don't know, but Image stuff, I think I've loved a lot of what Image has done. There's so much good stuff they have done.
Hellboy.
Uh
No, that's Dark Horse. Hellboy's Dark Horse.
Hellboy's Dark Horse. I absolutely love Paper Girls. That's one of my personal favorites. Yeah.
You watch the Amazon adaptation?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Is it worth the watch? But I mean, the way you said yeah makes me feel like it might not be.
Look, I think the main characters in the show have done great. Like the Paper Girls themselves have acted and done really well. It has some great acting. Like Ali Wong is
Oh,
fantastic.
great.
Yeah, and who's the guy? I keep forgetting his name. He's such a fantastic actor. Like the guy he's the villain. Uh,
You'll get that. I believe. Listen, I had to struggle. Now you have to struggle.
now I have to struggle. I have to find
I'm just glad I'm not
his
suffering.
name. His name is he plays Adrian Pimento in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So he's
I know who you. He's also Rexplode in Invincible.
yes,
I
yes,
just don't
yes,
remember
yes.
his name either. I do know who you're talking about though, because I love Adrian.
Yeah, Jason Mantzoukas.
Yes,
Yes, that's he is. He's the villain, and he's such a natural in that role.
he always
Yeah,
chews the scenery when he's like in a scene. Whenever he pops up in anything, he never misses.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He has a brilliant role in The Dictator, actually. Uh,
Really, the dictator.
yeah,
Uh, is that the Sacha Baron Cohen?
Sacha Baron.
Yeah,
He plays his sidekick. In that movie.
I haven't seen that movie in like 15 years, but I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Yeah. But yeah, but I think so. What it gets really well is the essence of the story.
Sure.
What it doesn't get at all is because the show is really low budget. The VFX is so cheap and it's so poorly done.
Hmm.
Just takes you out at times, like of the story. It's very, especially in the last episode or last couple of episodes, because Paper Girls gets really weird. absolutely weird because
I mean,
I
even
think like
one, it got trippy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It has like the first bit is obviously like time travel, and then I think like by late part of the season,
Yeah.
it gets to a point where all the girls have resolved their story arcs, like about their identity and stuff like that. The last episode just turns the shit on its head and becomes fantasy,
Oh,
and yeah, I mean it could have been amazing because it has everything. Spoiler alert! From
right.
like dragons to like fantasy worlds and everything, like in a different dimension. Uh,
That's fun.
but like yeah, but like yeah, the VFX is so poor in like it just
That's
takes you out of it.
oh, that can kill a show too. Like, I mean, one of my if okay, so in terms of like books and like removing comics and manga from the equation, John Dies at the End is my favorite book of all time.
That's fantastic.
Love John. I love. Oh my God, Jason Pargin or however you say his real name. I love him. Everything he puts out's a banger. But the movie adaptation of John Dies at the End wants me to bang my head into a wall until I am a pulp.
It's such a frustrating movie.
And it
And
sucks because the director is like a great director and he's a great low budget director. But like John Dies at the End was a movie that needed a higher budget special effects
yeah,
and
yeah,
better actors.
it had Paul Giamatti, isn't it?
It did. Paul Giamatti killed it, but Paul
Yeah,
Giamatti did keep the whole ship above the water.
that is true. I agree.
Like, oh my gosh.
Well, that's a great segue, by the way. We are
Yes.
in top five pop culture things you like.
Yeah,
So,
we got pop culture things. You told me about it before we got on. I have been thinking about it the entire time.
so good. John dies at the end. The book, not the movie.
Number one, hands down, Jujutsu Kaisen is my like across. I think it's in like my inspirations. It's I even said in the beginning, like anytime I can talk about it, I will talk about it. I was talking to you before we got on about how there is the Shibuya incident in the Jujutsu Kaisen, which I mean, spoiler alert, but it's been out for a while now, so I feel like but where it's like October 31st, Shibuya, Satoru
Yeah.
Gojo bursts onto the scene, and I literally have been walking around my house for like since yesterday, so and still into today. Just my girlfriend's had to hear it no less than 75 times. Like, and she is. I'll walk her. It's so bad. One of Gojo's like big moves is Hollow Purple. I'll walk around my house and like if one of the cats that I have it upsets me, I'll just Hollow Purple right at it. Nothing will happen. It makes me feel better. Number two is John Dies at the End.
Yeah.
Number three is gosh, this is where it starts to get hard. One and two are easy, but Sinners is one of my favorite movies of all time now that I've seen it. Like
Hmm.
Peacemaker is number four. If you ask me what like beginning to end, what the closest thing to a perfect TV show I've ever watched, it's season one of Peacemaker.
Nice.
Like it has everything that I want in a show. Everything. And then number five, I'm gonna switch it up. The band Rush.
Hmm. I love Rush.
I
What's your favorite Rush song?
oh my gosh. Okay, so it's a tie between uh goodness gracious, Red Sector A
Hmm.
and where's it? It's called Red Barchetta, if you know Red Barchetta.
Hmm. There's a there's a movie called I Love You Man. I don't know if you remember that movie.
Isn't that Jim Carrey? Or is that Adam Sandler?
Uh, no, it's Paul Rudd and Paul Rudd. I think it has Paul Rudd uh and Jason Segel. Yeah, Paul Rudd, Jason Segel, Rashida Jones. It
Oh, great.
also has John Favreau in it. Yeah, that movie. There's a huge plot line about Rush
Oh,
in
I
that
love
movie. Yeah, yeah. Because that I wasn't into Rush a lot, but when I watched that movie, I started getting into it, and I really, yeah, I really loved the music. Yeah,
I went to their Snakes and Arrows tour, which like I don't like saying it was like 22 years ago, but it was like 22 years ago now. But
yeah.
they halfway through they stopped and they played the Park clip about themselves on stage, where Carbon's like, "I'm Geddy Lee, and I can do whatever I want to." And oh my, it was I love them so much. Like like Neil Peart wrote a bunch of books that are really good. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson have like their own projects that they've done, and I mean like everything they touch is gold.
Yeah,
Except
yeah, yeah.
except the Time Stands Still music video. That is 100% the worst music video I've ever seen. Ever. I love them, but that music video shouldn't exist.
Yeah, yeah. One of my favorites is Blue Oyster Cult, and
Mr. Cold.
their music videos are not amazing. Like the ones from '80s are really good.
Hmm.
They're like they have the Albert Pune treatment to it, like from the
Yeah.
'80s. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Albert Pune might have directed one of two of their videos because they have so like heavy cyberpunk science fiction feel
Hmm.
to it for some of their songs as well. Um, but more recent ones have been like in last 20 years maybe they have been like pretty bad. So yeah,
Yeah, no, for sure. Like
especially the videos. The songs are good.
the songs are great, but the music videos leave just a little bit to be desired.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome
Also,
back, Pete. Sorry,
oh,
you've been
Thank
lurking
you.
around in the background. Oh, you were saying Ben? Yeah, you
I
finished.
just we said it at the same time. We were just in sync right there. I was also saying welcome back, Pete, or welcome back, Connor.
Awesome. We were doing the pop culture thing, like top five pop culture things. Ben, like
Nice.
you smashed it by the way, Ben. Like
Thank
you're
you,
like
thank you. I
a
told
lot
you
of people
I've been thinking
trip
of,
and
because I mean, if we sat here, I could probably give a top 20 list just with how many things I've been thinking about right now. But well, and obviously, no one gets hurt is in the top five.
totally,
It has
totally
to.
has to be. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I am curious, what's your top five?
Mine,
Yeah.
a different list comes out every single time. To be honest, like it's a hmm. Let me have a think about it. Pete, do you have? Let's do this. Let's play a game. You and I give one each, and we count to five. That gives me some time to think as well, and gives you some
In
time to
in
think as
what
well.
in what category? Music?
All
No,
categories
all categories.
across all the.
Okay, I'll cheat a little bit by saying Blue Oyster Cult because that's
All right.
already
Well,
said that. What I love about their and there's a bit of a history in like Blue Oyster Cult has a history of like writing like proper science fiction stories or proper fantasy stories for before writing the song. So they have like a so the lead singer and guitarist Buck Dharma, his partner, they both used to write short stories together,
that's
and
all.
that's what they base some of their songs on. Um,
I had no idea.
so
That's
if
really cool.
yeah, some of their albums have like overarching themes and or they're part of a single story or some of the songs are actually standalone stories as well. So um
You
yeah,
know the story
it,
between Blue Oyster Cult and Iron Butterfly, right?
no, what's that story?
That's just one of my favorite stories about rock music. So, when Blue Oyster Cult was first starting to get popular, they opened for Iron Butterfly, and then a couple years later, Iron Butterfly was getting ready to open for them, and it kind of drove them out of music. From what, if my dad's
Wow.
version of the story is to be believed, it kind of drove them out of music.
Okay.
He could have
It
just
drove
been
Iron Butterfly out of music, you
better,
say.
but
Yeah. That's fantastic.
I just think
That's such a funny story. Yeah.
a fun bit of trivia.
Awesome.
You gotta give your first one.
Pete?
If we're going with music, definitely huge influence growing up, and have kind of been saturating my headphones with them again is the Beastie Boys.
Hell
Uh,
Hmm.
just really been missing those guys, and kind of going through the '90s. House of Pain, and even some Papa Roach and stuff again.
Pop Smoke is pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, for music, it's all over the board. Everything
Yeah.
from operas like Carmina Burana to Mick Gordon and the Doom Eternal soundtrack and everything in between. So
Love that.
that's another thing. I also am a huge fan of the video game uh, soundtracks. So um, have tons of those.
Dope.
Yeah, nice. I was actually a massive fan of the Matrix soundtrack when it came out.
Soundtrack killed it.
Like I had like Club to Death playing in my headphones all day when it came first came. Yeah.
Nice.
I miss the days when movies were a vehicle for band singles as much as it was a movie. You know,
Seriously,
Yeah.
just built in
Yeah.
advertising.
Yeah, amazing.
What's your
Okay,
number two?
next one. Let's do comics this
Music.
time. Yeah. Oh, you want a movie? Okay, let's think of a movie. Um, I would say Arrival. It's one of my all-time favorites.
I just love the
Uh,
idea that like the aliens were literally not almost things that we couldn't comprehend, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you guys are the closest thing to us that we've ever seen."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I don't like the implications of that.
No. And also like yeah, it is such a beautiful movie that like yeah, the best thing about that movie is uh how like externalization of your internal feelings is it's entirely about that. And yeah, how time as a concept is so like you know it's
It's
almost like it's made up, like it's in your mind.
it
And
is a
yeah,
human
that
invention
it's
in a way.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful on many levels. Like it's such a good movie. Yeah.
All right, Pete, what's your number two movie category?
movie category or movie?
Like your favorite? Well, like movie. You have to pick a movie. You have to pick a movie.
Okay. Um, there's again, like music. There's so many. For for my inspiration to kind of go into 3D. Um, Tron was a massive one for me.
Tron
Um,
until
and then
in it.
and then actually also a lot of the anime of the 80s and 90s. Um, I will sit down and binge watch Trigun or Outlaw Star or Cowboy Bebop or Akira, Ghost in the like all of those
Yeah.
when anime was for adults.
Sure,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I
love
mean,
all that.
out there.
Ghost in the Shell is just too good. Like
Ghost in
you
the Shell.
like yeah. I think and I know it doesn't, it has a lot of like toxic masculinity as well, but I still love Fist of the North Star.
I
Or
mean, Fist
Yes.
of the North Star, like that's how we get things like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and stuff, and Berserk.
yeah,
I will say with AI and everything right now, um, Ghost in the Shell 2, the Innocence, is crazy, and the fact that there was a movie, you know, writing about essentially AI and the manipulation of who are you, what are memories, all of that stuff, you know. decades
Mm,
before it arrived.
Hmm.
And not to say that there haven't been authors who have done it damn near a century before, but yeah, Ghost in the Shell too, if you ever kind of want to lose your mind a bit.
I mean,
yeah.
that's implying I haven't already lost
Yep, yep. No, those are all amazing choices.
it. All right. So
Awesome.
number 3, book category.
Book. Okay. I would say Valis by Philip K. Dick. Philip K. Dick's work is obviously my favorite, but Valis in particular, like it Valis is equal parts brilliance and equal parts frustration because I don't know if you've read it or not, but
I have not.
uh, you must just like even if you get frustrated with that book, that's a perfectly valid reaction. You'll get some reaction out of it.
That's the reaction that we should have.
So the book is about Philip K. Dick's split personality, and
Okay.
literally about it. Uh, he is reflecting his own. So the protagonist of the book is called Horse Lover Fat, which is Philip K. Dick's, like his German origin, and that's English translation of his German name. Um, and it is like about this guy who is a bipolar, and like he sees visions and uh, basically ranting about his life, but he in his other personality he is actually a messiah
Oh,
of
wow.
God, and how his uh, bipolarism is actually is actually a prophecy taking shape. So
Right.
you could either play it as something that goes on in his mind, or or something that's happening for real. You
Mm,
don't really know, but
right.
that's the story about. So it's a really fascinating story about somebody writing a fiction with themselves in mind,
That
where
is
like
interesting. It takes self-insert
yeah,
to a new level.
yeah. Pete.
Um, I'm gonna say 3. I feel like I should just give author names instead because I kind of like Philip K. Dick. Um, I went down the rabbit hole of Asimov and everybody as well, but for me, a big one is the Silmarillion with Tolkien,
Yep.
uh, Frank Herbert, and Dune, all the Dune, including like the latter works, Machine Wars, and all of those. And then Harlan Ellison, another sci-fi, uh, really liked I Have No Mouth and I Must
Yep.
Scream.
Dream.
Uh, really kind of the more messed up the sci-fi, the dystopian. I was always just really drawn into all that.
For sure. All right. So Rob, free choice.
Maybe a comic. Let's do a comic.
Do it. Let's do a comic.
X-Men issue 1, Jim Lee and Chris Claremont. That's probably like
I'm gonna make you
the thing
refine
that got me into comics. Oh, sorry, Ben.
it a little bit. Since it's X-Men issue 1, who is your favorite X-Man?
Hmm. It would be a cliche to say Wolverine.
It would be.
Uh,
Allow it because he is a great
Yeah,
character. I
no,
mean,
no one's allowed to like Wolverine anymore.
minus Cyclops. And even though he's a dick, but you know,
yeah, yeah. No, I love Wolverine. I love how like he's so tough on the outside, but he's such a softy on the inside,
mm,
and um, yeah, he always gets friend zoned. So I don't know, like yeah. So that was my life growing up. So kind
tough.
of relate to Wolverine.
I get it. Pete,
As a kid, I actually thought Gambit was pretty cool.
Oh, Gambit's sick. Who doesn't love Gambit?
Gambit's lovely. Yeah.
Later, it shifted more to Nightcrawler.
He's cool too. Don't give that man a sword.
I actually love like so funny thing. I have been watching the early '90s X-Men TV show with my
Yeah.
daughter now.
The one that
She's just
connects to 97.
yes, yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Because my daughter's turning 8 and she wants to watch X-Men. So I just sit with her and watch it every evening now. So
I bet those are great.
they're lovely. They're so much fun to watch. And in that, I think Beast is such a good character. Like I love how like how well they've established Beast and
I like that
especially
Beast, the version of Beast that's in the comics now, though. Like, and in the he's a monster now. Like literally, like he is crazy.
okay.
But I do love
I
Beast from the 90s.
Yeah, I really love like Beast is always like the voice of the reason, and like he's always like the kindest person in the room, and he's called the Beast. You know, you don't expect that from him, but you know, like yeah,
Super friendly dude.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's the list.
Fair enough, Pete. Do you have anything else for the list?
Hmm. Probably the wrong crowd, but what do you find is one of the more interesting sports to watch?
Curling.
Sports.
Curling is
Hmm.
my number one. Followed by
Interesting sports to watch. Yeah, I don't know a lot. I watch a lot of cricket, which a lot of Americans don't watch. I at least I watched
I'm
when I
not
grew
saying
up.
it's a baseball knockoff, but
It's very different from baseball.
no, I know.
Um,
Sure.
uh, but yeah, I basketball. I well, but yeah, I love basketball. Yeah,
Good sport. Good sport.
who's yeah, what's your favorite team player, MVP?
Are you asking me or Pete?
Either of you.
All right. If I had to pick a basketball MVP, Carmelo Anthony.
Okay. I'm from a different generation, so I like Michael Jordan has
I knew
to be.
I knew
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm from the Jordan generation, so and I grew up with him.
Same.
I mean, he's the GOAT at the end of the day. He's the GOAT.
For
Yeah.
me, the sport would be rugby.
Really?
Yeah.
You like
Interesting.
getting rough and tumble, having to tape your ears on.
Yep.
All right. Based on that, based on rugby, I've been seeing a thing on TikTok, and I want to know what you guys think. 100 British people versus 100 Americans. Who wins?
Rugby.
Just it is a 100 v 100 clash of people.
Like no
Okay.
holds barred. Everybody.
100 Americans, 100 British people.
That's like 100 guns to 100 knife fights. You know,
I
I mean, if
know.
you want to.
Okay, let's do it without weapons. No weapons, just
No weapons.
hands.
It's just a fist fight.
Yeah, probably British.
You think so?
I feel yeah.
Man,
Probably.
man.
They're the OG. They're the OG. They've colonized the world. Come
Listen, I haven't given a hoot what the British have to say since 1776.
on.
Like, there's no way British don't stand a chance.
We're just going to take that tea and throw it in the water.
Hey, I'm telling you, say anything back, it all goes in the harbor.
Yeah. Amazing.
The thing
Cool.
someone was like, they didn't have a chance, and the response was just, did the colonies have a chance?
Yeah. Do the British get Michael Bisping?
Yes,
Oh.
but we
Might
get
be a little closer
Mike Tyson.
at the end, but
We could just send Mike Tyson.
That's true. He'll bite at least 100 years off.
At least 100 years, man. Maybe 200.
Maybe 200.
with his +1 as the tiger.
That's true.
We could. Hey, there we go.
Amazing, amazing. We're coming close to time, but before we go, I would love for either of you to make an elevator pitch for the book. Why should people back it? Um, yeah, the floor's yours.
Okay.
Go for it, Ben.
I've been training for this moment, and then the moment comes, and then my entire brain washes out. Give me 1 second. Let me. All right. No One Gets Hurt is a story that is. It is an action-heavy, cerebral horror where you're gonna get full characters that you feel like you are in the trenches with. You are gonna get some visually stunning action sequences, and at the end of the day, you're gonna get a story that I feel is taking in horror and getting ready to spin it on its head.
That's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. Pete, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I'll say just because I get to cheat and I know what the next coming chapters are too. Definitely, it's a great psychological horror that's going to twist you up as much on the inside with what happens to some of the characters in the book.
As much as they hurt physically, you will hurt mentally in a good way,
Mm,
cool way.
mm.
Yeah, it definitely delves into more the emotional impact of horror than some. There's the classic horror tropes, but this will take it one step deeper.
That's lovely. That's great to hear. And
And
what better time to do it than Halloween, right?
October
Yeah.
31st, Shibuya.
Amazing. And I'm not just saying this because the book is on Comics One. I'm saying this because the book is fantastic. Do back this book.
Thank you.
Uh,
Definitely should.
yeah, no, you should. And with
People
the
will-
book, it's lovely.
It's
Sorry,
gonna
you
be.
were saying?
I'm telling you, it's gonna be everyone's next favorite horror read.
Absolutely.
And we're excited to be here. And Saurabh, I know we've worked and collabed on stuff for several years now, and just trying to bring stuff up through the ranks. And as with indie, everything is hard, but happy to have the community and happy to be a part of kind of the inaugural release of the full crowdfunding platform, and gave it a shout out on a podcast the other day. And everybody's Kickstarter, but I think that this will be good because while Kickstarter is everything for everyone, this is just for indie. And I think the creators giving it a chance will learn that it's nice to have something that's just purpose built for you.
It's the blue sky
100%.
of crowdfunding, and I think that's really cool.
That's a great way to put it. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Awesome. I really appreciate working with you, Pete and Ben, both of you. Like it's been even Laurie and all the creators we've got to work with. Danny, Laurie, every each one of them have been fantastic. Like absolutely amazing creators. What a great that's why
Great
we
team.
keep coming back to working with Comiker because you just produce the best stuff out there. Like it's the quality
you.
is just amazing. Yeah, we all we all know that Comiker deserves a lot more. Like people reading those books. So
Yes.
because the quality is just so good. Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
And I will go ahead, Ben.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like Field of Dreams. So if you build it, they will come.
Yeah. building it's the hard part that they don't tell the new creators in indie.
No, they don't tell
No.
people it's a second job. Which
What
I
they
mean,
don't tell you is you have to market, you have to package, you have to do every single thing yourself, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. You are the sole force that drives it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
you know, as we work, and I know, Sarah, it's a huge thing to you. I will just reiterate that, you know, with Comicer, what we're trying to do is really build a community of indie, and
Yeah,
hopefully with some of the plans we have, that'll break much wider. But
yeah,
yeah, having everybody in indie support everybody, work and share everybody's stuff. We're not each other's enemies or competition. Um, there's a lot of drama, and some of it's pretty fun. You know, the Michael Jackson eating popcorn fun, but at the end of the day, we do all need each other to help. Um,
I have a shirt that says princess for a reason.
yep, yep. No, we were talking about this earlier, Pete. Ben and I were talking about this. Like, for all its fault, like all its faults, indie community does genuinely uplift each other through, uh,
For everyone.
yeah,
Tries
yeah.
to.
At least tries to. Yeah. There are factions that are not, they're rougher than others, but that's every community.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
but if I may, you know, two more shout outs again, still kind of being spooky season. Um, at at least until the family comes over for turkey, the Halloween decorations are up.
Hell
Um, but yeah, this weekend we got a promo code, Happy Halloween Team, and you can use that promo code if you buy Volume One of Danny's uh, Halloween Team Volume One, the graphic novel. The Happy Halloween Team will get you the discount for Halloween Team Shadows for free. Order
nice.
code use code Nightshade for Lori's books. Uh, Book 5 is actually headed to the printers. It's available on comics right now if you want to pick it up here. But if you use Nightshade and you want to get the physical copies of the first four, effectively it becomes a buy three, get the fourth free. So throwing out some spooky time deals for the Halloween properties, and yeah, lots more to come from Comicer. You know, with the rebuild and relaunch, I wasn't expecting so much to kind of hit and release all at once. And it's been a little kind of terrorizing to try and manage everything because it feels like it's walking on everything. But at the same time, happy that books are getting out, and it's it's going to normalize, and then everybody will be on a regular schedule. So it's
mm,
going to be sweet. Lots more new stuff coming that nobody's seen yet too. You know of a few of them, Sarah, but yeah.
yep, yep. We will do announcements for some of that shortly. An exciting. We talked a lot about manga today. There's an exciting manga coming up with Comicer that
Yes.
we'll be looking at, uh, and there's a very special announcement Pete and I are going to do at some point. But yeah, we'll find the right way to do it. We don't want to
Yeah.
spoil
Yeah.
all of that, all those beans in one go, right, Pete?
No, you know, you got your podcast, and repeat appearances, you know, ensures its longevity.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So we'll
Awesome.
bury the lead on the cool new stuff.
Yep. At least for today. Awesome. Thanks a lot for coming on the show, both of you. I really appreciate your time, and let's try and smash this campaign. We have 15 more days to go.
Hey,
Everybody,
telling you, it's that
if
stretch
you
goal that I'm not saying what it is, but I am saying think about the amulet.
Think about the amulet. We want to go to the stretch goal.
Some great shirts in there. Can't go wrong wearing Moser the Squatting Demon. Awesome bookmarks. $2 for a PDF digital version, $5 for a physical version. Can't beat prices. Metal bookmarks. You get Grundy. Grundy's awesome.
Get this one. This is amazing. It's
The
the
villains one is
best.
really, really cool.
Really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks again. And until next time,
Until
stay
next-
gold.
You too.